If you're coming from Latin America or United States or Africa, you got to come through Europe. Don't come back to Jerusalem. And so I believe God wants to make a big breakthrough among the younger generation in Europe. Praise God, he's starting to do this. Brother Rodriguez was with us last year for the convocation from Portugal. 40,000 people came to a Franklin Grand Crusade in Portugal. Can you imagine? Hallelujah. Europe is opening to the gospel in a new way. And we believe for the fullness of the generation, as God is raising up a young generation throughout Europe. How many people thank God? He's the God of the breakthrough. He's the God of harvest. And we need to believe God for the fullness of the breakthrough for Uganda. For Africa, the Isaiah 19 highway nations. But together work for a breakthrough for Europe. Hallelujah. We thank God for what he's beginning to do. And we thank God for this year, 2018. Last year, Donald Trump said he was going to move the embassy to Jerusalem. He said maybe in 1919. But he surprised everyone. He did it on the day that Israel was born 70 years ago, May the 14th, 2018. How many people say that was divine synchronization? It's very amazing. When Lance Wallno had a vision that Donald Trump was going to be president of the United States, most people thought he was crazy. But he launched this in 2015 in Jerusalem. He proclaimed this. And we proclaimed it from Jerusalem. The law shall go forth from Zion, the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. What the Lord showed him is that the 45th president of the United States would fulfill Isaiah 45. And that's exactly what happened. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
If you remember, King Cyrus is the one that sent the remnant back to rebuild Jerusalem. I turned on CNN a couple weeks ago. I hardly ever watch television. Actually, I was in a coffee shop and I just saw it. And I see Prime Minister Netanyahu in the White House with Donald Trump. And he said Donald Trump is the modern day King Cyrus. The Prime Minister of Israel released this from the White House on CNN. How many people thank God? We just ended 70 years. We're starting a new 70 years. And God sovereignly turns the tables. I remember when we were in the convocation in Jerusalem in 2016. Just a couple weeks before the elections. It looked like Trump was going to be defeated. It looked like he was finished. But Lance released a tweet from Mount Zion Hotel at the end of the convocation saying, vote for Trump, he's going to be president. There was a big attack on him right at that time. But Lance said 5 million people picked up on this tweet that was sent out at that time from Jerusalem.
It
was amazing. He told me he thought he was supposed to be in the United States doing interviews on television to release his new book. I said, no, you're in the right place. Because the Bible says the law shall go forth from Zion and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And Steve Strang said he thought that that tweet was a major factor in turning the battle at the gate going into the elections. How many people thank God? The law shall go forth from Zion and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Nothing is too difficult for the Lord. Hallelujah. May God help us to proclaim the gospel of the kingdom, to fulfill the Great Commission. Hallelujah. May the Lord anoint us with a double portion of his anointing from Jerusalem, the city of the great King, for the fullness of the harvest, to be witnesses for him in Jerusalem, in Judea, Samaria, Uganda, and all over the Isaiah 19 highway, and all over Africa, all over the world, for the fullness of the restoration of the tabernacle of David, the fullness of the Gentiles coming in, the fullness of the salvation of Israel, preparing the way for the coming of the kingdom to Israel and the coming of the King of Glory. God bless you. Shalom from Jerusalem.
You can do better than that. Let's bless the Lord God. Amen. Amen. Shall we just rise up on our feet and we bless the Lord for what he has done? We want to release our hearts and talk to God. We know that God is a good God. He has got a purpose as to why he has allowed this message to be released